Hey, real estate nerds, this is Alex Yoder with Pro Tip Tuesday, my favorite day of the week. And today I want to talk about roommates. Now, this message is more for tenants or individuals who are looking to move into a property with roommates. We actually had a situation this past week where some roommates that moved into a property that we manage are fighting. Not uncommon at all. And the frustrating part is that one party is saying that the other party agreed to something that the other party is saying they didn't agree to. This party is saying, well, they agreed to it, so I didn't pay December's rent, and they agreed to let me off the lease. I'm telling them that we need somebody to replace you, the person trying to leave, in order for them to qualify financially to be able to still pay the rent. And this person is saying, well, I'm not going to let this other qualified possible replacement roommate sign the lease until you pay us a bunch of money. And so, this person is having their mom call our office, and she's saying, well, what the heck? Why can't I get my daughter off the lease? And it's just a complete and utter nightmare for us, but also for the individuals involved with the whole dispute. You know, it's very frustrating for them, I'm sure. But what I want to kind of put out there is that if you are renting a property with other individuals, your agreement to pay, hey, I'm going to pay 1/3 the deposit if you two pay the other 2/3, or your agreement to split the rent and however you split it, like maybe I'm paying 20% because I get the smallest bedroom in the house and you're paying 40% because you got the master bedroom, whatever those agreements are, those are all civil agreements. Those are agreements between you and your fellow roommates. As far as the landlord is concerned, you're running the property as a group and in what's called severalty, meaning from a landlord's position or perspective, I don't care if one person pays all the rent or three of you pay it in equal parts or whatever the agreement is. I don't care who paid the deposit and who didn't. None of that is of import to the landlord. At the end of the day, as long as the rent's paid and the property is maintained, we really want nothing to do with the dynamic of that civil dispute. It's something that you need to decide. And so the purpose of this video today is to say that if you're going into a rental roommate situation, that you put in writing what the agreement is. So even if the landlord is not going to enforce whatever your agreement is, you have a civil dispute and you can speak with an attorney about how that should be positioned and what that looks like to get your money back if you were in fact done wrong by the other party. I'm not going to say roommate situations always go sideways. We've had a lot of good roommate situations where people got along and or they didn't, and they amicably separated and parted ways and found a new replacement roommate and everyone moved on with life. But particularly when you're really young, just getting into life, just learning who you are, trying to get your finances set up to become an adult, like those are high liability moments as it pertains to roommate adversity. Not to say that, again, not to say if you're older, you're not going to have problems, but the liability and the odds are not in your favor, in particular, when you are a young person. And so make sure that you are getting into that with a written agreement, and make sure you are getting into that with people that you know. Do not roll the dice with a stranger. Hey, I know some random dude that needs a roommate. It sounds like you need a roommate too. If you can avoid that situation, I would do so at all costs. Now, I understand that some people are just in a place where they just need a place, they need a roof over their head, and that's the only thing they can afford, and I get that. But be careful. Interview your roommate before you go live with them, because it may be a devastating financial move for you. That's really all I had for today. Play it safe, put it in writing. We'll see you next week.